Il mago ci sta dentro lui. So glad that hello everybody, my name is Gamemaster and today we're going to be playing Hollow Knight. Well, in this case more of the Godmaster content pack. I hope you're ready. I hope you're already aware of what already is in this content pack. When else, you should probably play that yourself, and if you don't want to get spoiler, you should probably leave now. But if you're already aware, let's start the torture. Sorry for not talking much at the moment. It's just that I am very, ex, very concentrated about this right now. One hit and it could be the end for me. No. As you can see, this will be one of many failures, but let's see how far I make it today. And let's just hope that I will be today lucky enough to actually beat this boss. If that's ever gonna happen. So, if you're watching the stream at the moment, say something in the chat. Yeah, I was aggressive. Oh, hello there, Ginger Key. Uh, the Shaman set that I'm using are Mark of Pride, Shaman Stone, Spell Twister, Sprint Master, and Soul Eater. I recommend using Abyss Shriek phase only at the phase where there are only a few platforms to just let out all of it at once. Also, just a little tip, you can destroy the spikes that she summons on the ground with Descending Dark. Just a little bit of a tip right there. So, how was your day? Uh, this was just fantastic, wasn't it? Um, so my tips on beating Absolute Radiant are that, first of all, don't get hit. So my tips are for the first phase, just regular beat her with the nails, nothing ultra special. When the spikes start to appearing on the ground, just continue doing that. Just be careful a bit more on that phase when you are on the third phase where just nails are raining from the ground, from the sky. Just continue using only the nail, but when you're on the platforming phase, keep you just keep on using. Wait, where was I again? Ah, yeah. On the fourth phase with all of the platforms, use Abyss Shriek. Just time it right. Every hit mouse count. I've noticed with Abyss Shriek also interesting fact that Abyss Shriek has to be on a certain amount of time on the enemy to actually do a certain amount of damage. If the enemy then disappears or it doesn't really hit them, it doesn't do much damage. Makes sense. So be sure to make the hit count. On the fifth phase, which where you have to climb up and lasers are raining down from the sky, that can get a little bit tough, but my biggest tip for that is just to wait and avoid all of the lasers. Yeah. Also, interesting fact. When she's raining down the lasers, if you're on the first platform of that set phase, you can actually heal on there because she is not able to hit you from that point. No matter what happens, you can heal up nicely, and then the final phase occurs. Now, the biggest problem with the final phase is what a lot of people don't know is that absolute Absolute Radiance has to be killed with the nail. You cannot defeat Radiance, even regular Radiance, with just a solo attack. You have to use the nail. So be careful. Another tip, the energy light balls, that's what I'm calling them, if they once uh, uh, if they once reach the top of the screen, they do not return. I'm not sure about the other side, but I think when the balls are once off screen, they do not hit you anymore. So, how was your day? Also, as you were able to see there, Abyss Shriek didn't do much damage because it wasn't as long of terms of time on Radiance. So that was a good example of what you should not do in that scenario. Another tip I can give for this battle is that you... Okay, good to know. Now about her several attacks. Here's a little bit of a list to dodge them. So if she like summons the nail circle, she will do it twice, but it's not that hard to um yeah, like that. Just do exactly that motion. By the lasers, she will do it three times. Once in the lasers will hit always at other location where the lasers before weren't. That one giant beam of light is actually pretty easy to dodge. And I have to say these light balls are the hardest part of the battle because it's completely random if she uses 4 or 3 of them. And that makes it very annoying. And that... Huh, as you could see there, that's what I call one of her rare special attack. And I call this special attack Screw Off You Buck. I'm not allowed to say any curse words because that would be not good. You see, Absolute Radiance, unlike her regular counterpart, this version of Radiance is RNG. You heard me right. They made the final boss, the stronger version of the final boss, RNG. Team Sherry, I ask you from wherever you are on the on, down underside of the world, why? Why did you make this decision? Radiance was already regularly tough. Look, I fought Radiance so many times I was able to defeat her first. I was able to defeat regular Radiance first try. Uh, and that's all of her attacks, I think. Now, how do you exactly beat Absolute Radiance? Now, my ultimate tip if you want to beat Absolute Radiance, just regular, you know what I mean. Just not on Radiant or something, just on normal. I recommend using Unbreakable, aka Fragile Strength. The same goes with Hearts. Um, Long Nail, not Long Nail, Mark of Pride, and yeah, Quick Slash. That's what I would use. That's my go-to set for the Pantheon Foulness anyway. But if you want to like hit big hits, I would recommend switching out Quick Slash with Shaman Stone. And the reason for Shaman Stone is a certain one. I've grew to attach to Shaman Stone because of Markov. You see, I would really rather use Shaman Stone since he's very annoying in the Pantheon Founders. Yeah, no floor, yeah, no suffer, ha 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 ha. Kill me. Oh, uh, yeah, use. Yep, Markov is very annoying. I was very happy on finally beating him on Radiant. Sharp Shadow is actually not that bad, especially if you equip Dash Master, since Dash Master increases the damage of Sharp Shadow. I mean, Sharp Shadow is not that bad. I rather especially with Dash Master, but I prefer not using Dash Master since I accidentally keep dashing down, which I mean, it's a cool feature and all to be able to dash down, but honestly, I keep doing it accidentally because I feel it's normal to like steer it a little bit with to steer down the dashing a bit down. Ah, okay, that one was on me. I admit that one's on me. But if you're getting a little bit bored of just me trying to fight Absolute Radiance, we can try the Pantheon too if you want. Just tell me if I should do also the Pantheon of Harness or just keep on trying more Absolute Radiance. It's your choice. The Pantheon of Harness it is. So should I use so I've already beaten the Pantheon of Harness with the Soul and Mask binding, so my question for you is what other binding should I use? Should I do the Charm binding or the Nail binding? Of course. The good news is I won't go over Charmed, and the bad news is I won't go with any Charms. Also, if you really want to just like brace through the Pantheon more easier, I recommend doing the bindings on every other Pantheon first, since after you did all of the bindings, you get like on the Lifeblood cocoons 5 Lifeblood masks out. Okay, my tips for Vengefly King. Just do this, and you basically won. You don't really have to move all that much. Why are the bosses again? Man, seeing myself like heal up with soul is has been already a long time ago. It feels so weird seeing it again. The order is Benchfly King, Grossmother, Fault Knight, Massive Mosh Charger, and then Hornet. Until then, the first quote-unquote path, it's actually just talking to Godseeker. Then comes Gorp, Soul, yeah, Gorp, Soul Warrior. No, Gorp, the Dung Defender, Soul Warrior, Brooding Morlek, and then Oromato. Now comes False Knight, who is an absolute joke. Tip for Fail Champion. If you need soul when the False Knight or Fail Champion staggered, you can Dream Nail them so you can get more soul. That will help you for fighting the Nightmare King Grim. Uh, no worry, you can probably do it yourself too. I was just very the more funny thing is I was finally happy for beating Absolute Radiance on Ascender to finally do her on Radiant, since I can now go over charms and don't have to selectively choose charms which don't maybe fit. Also about the Massive Moss Charger, if I like had Quick Slash and Long Nail, this could be very easy, or like Mark of Pride, but sadly I don't, and for that it's kind of annoying, but it could be worse. Yep. Finish them with marker. Finish them with Great Slash. Also, for you wondering why don't you like use like Cyclone Slash or something, is this is the reason why. As you can see, something wrong was with that Cyclone Slash, right? You see that like that? Something is not right. That's because I think the version of my Cyclone Slash is a little bit broken. Also, Hornet's somewhat aware of that this is not reality, unlike some other people. Even now, something I'm wondering, like Shio, is he also aware? Like he draws a picture of Godseeker, which means he has somewhat of an awareness there. Does that mean Shio's a higher being too? Let that just sink in. All ascend with him. Ow. All ascend with the mighty one, the one and only. Now, a little bit of a tip by Dunk Defender. You can easily sheath him. Like, if you fight Soul Master first and then go to Dunk Defender, you can easily sheath the fight by just doing Desolate Dive, since that knocks Dunk Defender out of the ground. Like, see? That knocks him out of the ground. Tip. This tactic will not work with the White Defender. I tried. Yep. Doesn't work with White Defender. Which makes sense, it's in this prime time. Now just a question, who made Tim a boss? Just like who said this guy's a boss? Since I don't really see it. Now before we continue, I have to do something right fast, so I will be back in a short. Just enjoy this pause screen of Tiso's last moments. I will be back in a few minutes, alright? I'm back. Rip Tiso. This is for Tiso. This is for Tiso, you monster. Oh, you're lonely, and that's why you're brooding. Oh, too bad. You kid, you killed an innocent. And you know what the worst part is? He's still being killed by the brooding Moloch means he managed to beat the fir- it means he beat the first trial of the Colosseum and the second one in one try, and then felt on halfway through the third one. He almost managed to beat the entire to defeat the entire Colosseum, but alas, he wasn't strong enough. Honestly, this mechanic, just like that Mato joins in on the fight with Or, is actually pretty nice. Just too bad that it's not very utilized that much. But I would have loved to see just like a version where just all Nail Masters join in plus the Nail Sage. That would be completely chaos, but honestly, I would have loved seeing something like that happen. Where just like all the students and their master fight together to beat up the knight. But as much as I'm joking around with that, I honestly would have loved to see a version with the White Defender where we just saw where all the other five knights join in to help him. I honestly would have loved to see something like that. But hey, that's why we get a mod for that. Yeah, like the Sisters of Battle. I actually wonder. Ah, okay, that's how it looks like. Thanks for the tip. I already knew that, but thanks. Yeah, Sisters of Battle is a really fun fight. Now, and here we have Markov's son, or like Markov 1, just a weaker version of Markov. Now, I dislike Serious Fight because it's just so frustrating. My strategy is just standing here, using my nail, jumping up, nail splash, jumping up again, nail in there, and just keep on doing that until I get to a second phase where I just unleash a storm of Abyss Shriek. that's how you defeat Zero. And here we have the Crystal Guardian. The Crystal Guardian is an absolute joke with the soul binding. Not soul by black. Is an absolute joke with the shadow dash. And you can even choose to fight in the game by just using a charm that hurts him while he's still sitting on the bench. Here we have Soul Master. I actually sort of like Soul Master. Yes, it's not that much going on, unlike Soul Tyrant, but it's still a little bit of a fun fight. And I could have sworn back then he was really tough. But I guess... ah, that was stupid. But I guess the better you get, the more easier the bosses will be. And you can just do this, and that. Also, I love how Godseeker is he when Soulmaster is going to the second phase, like where he's teleporting all around the place, just like Soulmaster is still trying to follow low, just like wait, where is he going? And thus, Soulmaster is once again defeated. Next. Yeah, we're the Orbolobolts. Is this how you pronounce them? I still to this day do not know how to pronounce Orbolobolts. I don't even know how to spell them. That's how much I cannot remember. The name is just so bizarre. That's what I'm trying to get at. Help me, I'm getting beaten up by a giant acid shooting. But I will not die to the Orbolobolts. I will not die to you. Don't you dare kill me. 3 masks! And I have to fight the battle, Sisters of Battle. No! The good thing is I can get some soul back on the first Mantis. The reason why I'm not attacking is because I want to get into the face of Sisters of Battle until I have filled up most of my heart, my masks. Why are you referring to the Obolobos or the Sisters of Battles? Because okay, good. Let's get started. That was fun. And as you do, you bow to them because you have honor. Now we come to one of the most annoying bosses. Okay, before we get started on that boss, I just have to say, okay, the order of the bosses which are going to come now are Marmu, Fluke Morm, Broken Vessel, Galleon, and then Paint Master Shio. Now, let me tell you something about Marmu. He may seem like an easy boss. Wrong. Marmu is the combination of everything that's bad in the world, and I want this kid dead. Again. Now, before we fight him, this giant ping ball, you may think, oh, he's just easy, just punch him back whenever you can. Yeah, that doesn't work with Marmo. You see, Marmo is a little bit different. When you bounce it back, yeah, he may come on the wall, but have you heard of the first rule of the first rule of uh physics is when you hit something with a force, it comes back with a force back. And you see, when you hit them just slightly, it comes back 24 miles an hour back at you. 2400 miles an hour back at you. Ugh. I want this kid dead. Again. I do not care how much soul I waste. I want this kid dead. And now all of the soul, all of the lifeblood I've collected, gone, reduced to atoms. And that's how you defeat Flukemorm. Also, Flukemorm is a MILF. Broken Vessel is actually one of the characters I actually really like. I You really feel bad for him once you know the story. Like when you fought Lost Kin, it feels really sad. Also, Broken Vessel is one of the one of the few only bosses who doesn't have any DreamNet dialogue. I think the second one is Nosk. And you bow to him, as he deserves a funeral. Now here we have Galleon. Honestly, I can understand now why he's a king, why he's a warrior of the king. He can create freaking buzzsaws. I think that's probably one of the only requirements you need to do. You can create buzzsaws, you're in. Why he has so many buzzsaws? Who knows? That's one of the big mysteries Team Share will never explain. Yeah, the Hollow Knight used to one of the dialogues being father. Paint Master Shio. And here we see Paint Master Shio drawing Godseeker. How does he know Godseeker exists? Who knows? Maybe he's aware that he's in a dream. His dreamlight dialogue even further proves that he's aware something is up with gods and stuff, since his dialogue includes, what is a god if not an artist? Which makes me think that, how the hell does Hornet have a demigod, not like only half is aware of what is happening, and Chio knows something that's up about gods and stuff, and knows that Godseeker's watching. So maybe Chio is a higher being after all. But honestly, you have to be pretty strong if you can use paint as a weapon. And for that, Chio has my respect. That he can utilize paint as a weapon of combat. Let's make that into a meme. Chio is a higher being, confirmed. Okay, now comes the next phases of bosses, which when I remember right are Hive Knight, Elder Who, the Collector, God Tamer, and Grim. As I forgot to bow to Shio. I'm sorry, Shio. Here we have Elder Who. Elder Who? Okay, that wasn't funny. Honestly, if you have Shadow Dash, the guy's pretty easy. A bit annoying though, because he's flying around, you cannot get many hits in. But it could be worse. And I got hit. Great. Oh yeah, and also, just a little bit of advice for the collector. Now, the collector is one of the biggest problems in your run with either the charm or nail binding, because of one simple reason, which we will see soon. And the reason is primal aspects. Primal aspects? You may ask, what do you mean with primal aspects? You see, primal aspects have a lot of health, you see, and it takes a little bit few more hits to defeat them. And the fact is that he can spawn them is... You just want to use... That was close, oh my. Now I have to defeat Gautama with just 2 masks of health. Wish me luck. Tip for beating Gautama, focus on the beast. Once the beast is down, Gautama will... help. Oh boy, help me. No! And that is why I hate the collector on ascended difficulty. And you see that? The reason why I failed is all because of the collector. And that's the reason why we need to eradicate all of the primal aspects from the plane of existence, because they do not deserve to live. Should we try nail binding now? What do you think? Should we try nail binding now? And by deciding, I'm just going to play with my children. Okay, we're going to try nail binding soon, but first, I'm going to make a pause break. You enjoy it, and you can enjoy the image of the knight with his children. I will be back soon, just need to do a little bit of a break, alright? Okay, this is the Minion Mancer build. It's perfect for Colosseum. The minion balance I built is pretty good for the Colosseum. I recommend using it there. But okay, how about this? Let's try not to do any progress and just the question. Do you want me to see just do a Pantheon just with these charms? That's like with the whole Minion Mancer charm. When you're back, tell me. Yes, I would like to know. Me, man, Shervin visiting the lifeblood creature. Good. Welcome back. Just a question. Would you like me to try doing? All right. We're just going to try doing just the Pantheon with these charms. All right. Good job, children. Crystal dashing on somebody is the equivalent of taunting as the knight. But unlike in Silksong, where we can see there's an actual taunt button, which I'm very excited for, so I don't have to constantly do this. Ow. Now, the reason why I'm not healing is because of Fury of the Fallen on, and the night flies, or whatever you want to call them, get stronger when with Fallen of the Fury when the knight is on 1 health. So I'm trying to utilize this ability. I'm not directly trying to, but if it so happens, then no. Perhaps this strategy doesn't work so well with the massive moss charger. Okay, I've compensated myself there. I am just doing a little break right now to just catch, just to rest a little bit. I will be recording. No, not record. I will be continuing soon. Just doing a little break. Better boogie, he go. Wait, where am I even going at this point? Let's continue absolute gradients and gradients. Ich versuche das jetzt noch einmal und wenn dann nicht, dann sag ich, dann höre ich mal mit dem Stream auf. Sorry for anyone who, uh, sorry for anyone who doesn't understand German. I will just try this one more time, and if I cannot beat this, I will for now stop this stream and maybe doing a live and maybe I will do a live stream soon again, but I'm streaming already for an hour and I think that's a good time. That's long enough. I hope you all had a good day. I wish you all, if you didn't have a good day, I hope the best for you to have a good day. And for the rest of the day, I wish you a good day. Okay, you're good. I want the best for you. So for now, good goodbye guys. It was a great time. Game Master out. Ciao.